Thank you. Now, the spiritual leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, Mohammed Badi, has been arrested in Cairo. The organisation's top three leaders are now in custody, accused of inciting the murder of anti-Muslim Brotherhood protesters. Their trials are due to begin on Sunday. Let's speak to journalist and Middle East analyst Nabila Ramdani. Nabila, will this further increase tensions?
Well, very much so, and it is the latest in the crackdown against the Muslim Brotherhood, and especially the senior leadership of the Muslim Brotherhood, and indeed their supporters. And it's a significant catch, if I may put it that way, because Mohammed Badi is a supreme leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, the spiritual brain, if you like, of the organization. So, and the security forces were certainly very prompt, to show his arrest on state television and advertise it in all state media, to effectively send a very strong message to Muslim Brotherhood supporters in an attempt to put them off from continuing the protest. It is also important to note that the son of Mohammed Badi died last Friday in demonstrations in clashes with security forces when the Muslim Brotherhood supporters staged a day of anger protest. So I think what the army is doing is certainly sending a very strong message to the Muslim Brotherhood, and they are further criminalizing the organization by, in order to fit also their propaganda narrative that the army is fighting unsavory characters, including terrorists, as they label them.
Yes, but the question is, what impact will that have then on the Muslim Brotherhood?
It remains very defiant. We've heard from the Muslim Brotherhood a spokesperson, including a lawyer who's already looking into the defense of senior Muslim Brotherhood leaders who are going to go on trial soon. And they have already, for example, replaced the supreme leader of the Muslim Brotherhood with another figure. And they are determined not to be deterred by the crackdown of the army, and they very much condemned what they call the decapitation of their organization, but they are certainly not giving up.
In the meantime, though, many Egyptians are wondering, aren't they, why the international community seems to be standing by on the sidelines?
Well, indeed, and that has to be put in the context of the Arab Spring in general, when we heard Western leaders endlessly pledging to stop their dictators and their armed forces to kill their own people. Remember that even justified the use of extreme lethal force against Colonel Gaddafi in Libya, for example. A clear condemnation of what is essentially the political change being brought about at gunpoint, and the arrest and the murder of hundreds of Muslim Brotherhood supporters hasn't been made very clearly by the international community, who for now is holding talks and considering financial sanctions. But already voices are saying that those sanctions essentially which are EU aid, for example, which is normally directed to development, including education, healthcare and employment, for example, would cripple the Egyptian population more, and it's already a very poor population, instead of criminalizing the authors or the perpetrators of those murders, which are effectively the army and General Sisi in particular.
Nabila Ramdani, thank you very much indeed.